Miss Morrison lived in where? So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the passage we have here, and we're going to go up and find line 14. Okay, it says, I was placed in a comfortable boarding establishment in Edinburgh, and I remained there until I was 17 years of age. So we go back to our question we have here, and we find out keywords here, 3 and 17, and Edinburgh, so our answer is H. Okay, number 17 says, according to the passage, the narrator remains in the room while Miss Morrison tells her story because why? Okay, once again, we're going to look for our keywords. We're looking for the narrator and where she is talking about him wanting to stay. So we're going to go up here to line 9, and it says, to my surprise, the young lady held up her gloved hand to detain me. If your friend, she said, would be good enough to stay, he might be an inestimable service to me. So those are our key words right there. It tells us that the narrator was told by Miss Morrison to stay. So our correct answer is C. Miss Morrison indicates that the narrator should hear her story. Okay, we'll move on to number 18, which says, according to the passage, Miss Morrison chose to ask Mr. Holmes for assistance because. So for this one, we need to figure out where she asked Mr. Holmes for assistance. And when we can find this one is on the second line here on passage 4. It says, I have come to you, Mr. Holmes, she said, because you once enabled my employer, Miss Cecil Forrester, to unravel a little domestic complication. So our keyword there is Mr. Holmes for assistance. We figure out where Mr. Holmes was. We look down here, and G, Mr. Holmes had assisted her employer on an earlier case. So we find that in that line too, so G is the correct answer. We go to number 19. According to the passage, Miss Morrison contacted the police about her father's disappearance the day when. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. This one has a little bit, we have to really pay attention to the passage. So when we go here, we'll look up and we'll look at line 19. It says, on reaching London, I drove to Langham and was informed that Captain Morrison was staying there, but that he had gone out the night before and had not yet returned. I waited all day without the news of him. That night, on the advice of the manager of the hotel, I communicated with the police. Okay, so we go back to our question set here for 19. We look and we look at our questions, our answers in D. Her father failed to return to the Langham Hotel. All right, so that's where we find that. So the key word there is the Langham Hotel. For number 20, we have, according to the passage, Captain Morrison returned to London because he was. So this one is buried in that larger paragraph. So we go here and we go to line 16. It says, a little bit before that, we'll go to line 15. It says, in the year 1878, my father, who was a senior captain of his regiment, attained 12 months leave and came home. Okay, so we go back to our question 20. We look at the answers here, look for the best one, and it is H, was granted a 12-month leave from India.